Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 2 presumed dead, 4 in custody after Manchester supermarket robbery. 4 men are in custody and 2 people are presumed dead after gunmen opened fire during a supermarket robbery in Perth in Manchester on Friday evening. Preliminary reports are that about 7 p.m., 4 armed robbers held up the supermarket, said to be operated by a Chinese national. It is unclear as to what was stolen from the establishment at this time, but the gunmen reportedly opened fire as they fled the scene, hitting 2 people. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough said a roadblock was immediately set up to apprehend the hoodlums west of Porth at Williamsfield. They carried out a robbery at the supermarket, and on the way out they started a fire randomly and 2 people were shot. Based on that, the police quickly set up a roadblock and the men were intercepted, he said. The 4 men were taken into custody, while 3 firearms, an AK-47, 2 handguns, and a ballistic vest were seized, McCullough said. The police suspect that the gunmen may be linked to a robbery earlier Friday at a gas station in Cristiano. These latest incidents follow armed robberies in Cross Keys and Knockpatrick, both in Manchester on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, 2 suspects were held in relation to those incidents. 21-year-old gunned down in Kendall, Manchester. Police are probing the murder of a man whose body was found with what appeared to be gunshot wounds in Kendall, Manchester on Thursday afternoon. A relative named the deceased as 21-year-old Sunil Mushet, a resident of Comfort District in the parish. Preliminary reports are that about 5 p.m., residents heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Mushet's body was subsequently found 50 meters from Kendall Boulevard Main Road on a Windalco private road. Statistics from the police show that up to Monday, December 5th, Manchester recorded 49 murders since the start of the year, compared to 32 for the corresponding period last year. Teen among 2 charged with murder of 16-year-old. A teenage boy is among 2 people charged with Tuesday's killing of 16-year-old Twen Allen in North Parade, Kingston. Charged with murder is 18-year-old Siobhan Lawrence of Luke Lane, Kingston. He is jointly charged with a 15-year-old boy. Reports are that Allen and the 15-year-old boy had a dispute. The teen, along with Lawrence, allegedly attacked Allen and stabbed him several times. Allen was pronounced dead at hospital. The police were summoned and the attackers taken into custody. They were both charged following a recording of witness statements as well as caution statements. Their court date is being arranged. St. Anne man charged for stabbing woman. A male customer service representative has been charged with wounding with intent after he inflicted several stab wounds to a woman in Orange Hill, St. Anne on Sunday, December 4. Charged is 29-year-old Demani Newland of Liberty Valley in Brownstown in the parish. Reports are that about 10:30 a.m., Newland was at a woman's house doing construction work when an argument developed between them. During the dispute, Newland used a knife to stab the woman several times in her upper body. The police were summoned and the woman was taken to hospital, where she was admitted. Newland was apprehended at the scene and later charged. His court date is being arranged. Kingston man charged after attempt to rob cell phone gets shot. A man was charged with assault with intent to rob, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, following an incident on North Street in Kingston on Saturday, November 19. Charged is 25-year-old Cashwell Campbell, otherwise called Red, of Bond Street in the parish. Reports from the Denhamton police are that about 7 p.m., the complainant was awaiting transportation on North Street when he was attacked by Campbell and other men who brandished a firearm and demanded his cell phone. The complainant pulled his firearm and opened gunfire at the men. Campbell later turned up at hospital seeking medical assistance. When he was apprehended, the police said. $800,000 bail for ex-soldier on gun charge. An ex-soldier who was reportedly found in possession of an illegal firearm was granted bail when he appeared in the Manchester Parish Court on Wednesday. Josh Campbell, a shop owner from Domson District in Manchester, was given $800,000 bail and is to return to court on January 30 next year. Campbell is charged with illegal possession of firearm, 2 counts of illegal possession of ammunition, possession of and dealing in ganja, and possession of uncustomed goods. Allegations are that on November 17, while conducting investigations into an incident, police went to Domson District where the soldier was seen and accosted at his business place. Police said the shop was searched and illegal ammunition, vegetable matter resembling ganja, and illegal cigarettes were found. The shop owner's car was also searched and an illegal firearm found with several live rounds. The ex-soldier was taken into custody and following further investigations was charged. Update on man arrested for stealing copper cable.
By police officers. The Matildas Corner Police Patrol team responded to calls that some suspicious activities were taking place within the Hillcrest Avenue area about 1:45 a.m. On arrival of the police, a truck was seen, cable was seen lining the roadway about midway Hillcrest Avenue to the end towards Hopefield. Now, upon investigation, one man was seen beside the truck. He was accosted by the police, and the questions asked of him if he was an employee of Flow or Digicel. He denied working with any of the companies, and of such, he was taken into custody for further investigation. Upon further investigation, it was discovered that the cable was removed from a culvert, which is an underground area which is controlled by both telecommunication companies where they run the cables. Now the cover was removed and the cable was attached to the truck and pulled from where it was underground. The length of the cable is about 250 to 300 meters. The real measurement is not known as yet, but that's the estimate that was given by the experts who came on the scene. The estimated cost for the cable, well, it's over $3 million. We are still conducting investigation into this matter. A caution statement was collected by the police, and charges will be levied against him. He is in our custody, as also the truck. The scene was processed by our senior crime personnel for evidential purposes. As it relates to the question and answer, he did not have an attorney, thereby the police requested the assistance of a justice of the peace to be present whilst conducting that question and answer from him. At this time, I can say that charges were levied against him. I cannot say the court date as yet. The charges, they are not confirmed as yet, so I cannot give his name or address. The investigation is still ongoing, as there are other cases where cables have been removed from different parts of the country, and thereby he will be investigated against those reported cases.
Police say telecommunication providers can expect to see more use of proceeds of Crime Act in cases of theft and vandalism. Head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, says telecommunication providers can expect to see more use of the proceeds of Crime Act in cases of theft and vandalism. There has been concern by providers over the crippling impact of this illegal activity on infrastructure and customers. During a press briefing hosted by Flow, Jamaica on December 8, SSP Lindsay said there is a correlation between the theft of telecommunications infrastructure and organized criminal network where they reap lucrative rewards, noting that some of the criminal facets are a part of the scrap metal industry. SSP Lindsay said the constabulary, through POCA, will seek to address these issues. She also called on members of the public to inform the police when they see persons stealing or vandalizing telecommunications infrastructure.
Our organized crime branch is very involved in the investigation of these matters, and you can expect to see more use of the Proceed Against Crime Act in these instances, because we look at larceny, we look at the malicious destruction of property, unlawful possession of property, but based on how we are tracking the proceeds now, we are seeing where a lot of the money that come from this very lucrative industry, because it is lucrative, so much so that we have to place police on a permanent basis at the scrap metal outlet to prevent gangs from killing each other because of the proceed of the crime. So we will be using more POCA against individuals who are arrested in these cases. But we continue to do what we have to do. We continue to engage the Jamaican people to report. And you can always call our 311 line, that's Crime Stop, and report a matter when it's happening. You can also call our 119 emergency service and report the matters. And we also have our tip line at 811, because this is not something that we can leave to any one set of persons. All of Jamaica, every household, every individual.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.